Mics are working. The mics are working. Going to YouTube and seeing if works right. Seeing if it works right. Seeing if it works right. Waiting for the update. Waiting for the update. Waiting for the update. That is not coming. I wonder if people can hear us. I wonder if they can hear us. I wonder if the mics are working. Are they working? Going to my phone and seeing if they work. Evans. Bob 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 Evans.
You realize I'm just going to use this as Monday song because I don't feel like recording anything.
I don't think the mics, I don't think they're working.
Yeah, they're working.
Are they working? I'm right up on the mic right now. Okay, yeah, they're working just fine.
So,
all right. So what we did is, welcome back. Everything's working fine now. So what we have to do is we have to read all the super chats immediately that were from the previous stream where the sound just ended, so people know that we didn't forget about them. And then I also have to get this stream going up because someone just donated $5. That was someone who just said Bob Evans. So
nice.
Good. You were listening. Okay. So from my phone, from the previous super chat, I will now go and read and talk about all of them. Loading up photos, and there they are. There are 7 of them, or 8 of them, or 9 of them. Okay. Speedo Sausage says, big fan of the channel, mate. Do you think the first and second gen Buick Rivieras count as muscle cars? And what do you think of the cars in Fallout? I've never played Fallout. So I can't speak to that.
I don't remember enough about the cars in Fallout to really. The Fallout games always got me motion sick. Weirdly enough, I think a lot of it was the colors because I didn't have that problem with Skyrim. But you know, it's, you know, it is what it is.
The first and second Buick Rivieras can be turned into them. I think some of them had the 305, but I'm not certain. But that can be a muscle car engine. In my initial thought is no. I don't think they count as muscle cars because they were never intended to be. They were just intended to be a grandma vehicle. Although they can just what?
No, I was agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glacier. That's what my grandma said. Glacier Vision 294. Hello, Brian and Nick. Just wanted to know what your honest opinions are, as opposed to your dishonest opinions, are on a 2001 Ford Windstar. Well, you have the exact same V6 as Nick's Mustang.
Yeah, and my sister used to have a Windstar back when the Broke for Christmas music video is like filmed out of a Windstar van.
Oh yeah.
And then like the lyrics mention a Windstar van. And so she upgraded to a Honda Odyssey because she's a mother of many. So it's just, yeah, it's very much a strange, random, it's N van. It's very much just.
It's like Ford Windstar. I would have bought a Caravan. See, at the time, like Windstars versus Caravans, Chrysler's minivan game was so strong deep into the 2000s that people just kept running them, and they were beating Ford, which was weird.
Yeah.
Normally, Chrysler always played third fiddle, but their minivans were great.
Mm.
But so the Windstar tried to be more Taurus like and more bubbly. Was it a better car? Not really. It wasn't as versatile. It wasn't as boxy. It wasn't as utilitarian. I guess it was more comfortable than
Yeah.
a base model Caravan. But they also made the Caravan town and country that my mom had. The weird thing is, like all the minivans, and this is a kind of nitpicky thing, but not really when you think about it. The emergency brake on the old Windstars, like late 90s, early 2000s, the emergency brake was a yanker handle, a traditional handbrake on a van. And it was next to the driver's seat, normally like where you would have it on your car or my Subaru. In all of the Caravans, the competing Caravans, it was down on the floor like a truck.
Yeah.
So what? Well, when you're packing a van, you need every square foot. And you can get like a little cooler that we have between our seats, between the seats, the two front seats of a minivan. You couldn't do that with a Windstar. Emergency brake was in the way. That little thing, like my dad made a big to do about that. Like, you can't get the cooler with the food in between the two front seats, so you can't pass food to people. Therefore, Windstar is bad.
That's never been a consideration to me in the least of let me have a cooler for the passing of food.
Yeah. So that's what I think. I think it's good, but I think the competing Chrysler product is better. David Irwin, thank you for the donation, says, how cold is it in Pennsylvania right now? It's a bit chilly.
It's like about 51.
It's fall weather.
Yeah. Although it got precipitously cold the other night when it was sort of just mild temperate going into the evening. Then when I was coming out of the gym, it's like it slams right into you, and suddenly you're freezing cold. And I live in a place where like we don't really our heating. We have like a surface, like one of those Amish things, just detached
electric
heater. Yeah, and so it's or space heater, whatever.
Okay.
And so it's colder inside the apartment than it is out.
Oh, I hate
with
that.
one of those things. But I'm sleeping like a dead ox. It's fantastic.
That's the thing about being cold. You don't wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm sleeping through the entire night. And it's something that I really very much enjoy because I have more energy to do things like do videos and RCR stories and go to the gym because I like doing those things. So,
that's the thing that's going on right now with this apartment right now. Now that the heat is clicked back on, I tend to be waking up like twice in the middle of the night. One for like peeing and one for my mouth hurts. You ever have that?
Yeah. Most of the time I don't sleep with anyone who would be able to tell me this, but I feel like I probably grind my teeth at night or clench because like it's not frequent.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of I'm like,
yeah. I wake up and then and also I have terrible breath.
Well, that's
and
everybody.
well, okay.
Yeah, that's
so I go and I wake up, I pee, I wash my mouth, I get a drink of water, and then I go back to bed for another 4 hours.
Huh. Yeah.
Just chilling everything. Thanks for your donation. Says, any thoughts on the Fiat Sport Spider 850? And no, I don't, because I don't know what that is. I feel bad.
I'm
sorry.
Look it up on my phone.
We'll come right back to that one.
Fiat Spider 850.
Fiat Sport Spider.
Oh, Sport Spider 850.
Crazy Ivan 2 times wouldn't be a shooter. Oh, what? Active shooter now in custody another Thursday.
Huh.
I don't know what they're talking about. Someone above that just says Florida man. Things were too crazy in Jersey, PA, New York City. So probably some bummer thing happening.
So You
Oh,
go. Oh, Fiat Sports Spider 850.
look, it kind of looks like the little bastard. Although the headlights are recessed and in travels. 1972 purchase. So I've never. Yeah, I mean it looks like spider, but I never heard of the sports spider.
Mm.
I think it's neat. It looks
Yeah,
neat. It's a. I feel bad that I've never seen something like that before.
I'm 80% sure I saw one of these at the Richmond Cars and Coffee, which
Mm,
I don't think it was that particular model, but it's also something where I saw a lot of Fiats there. I'll
right.
just say that. I mean, I'm still trying to make a video out of that, but I don't have enough in my mind good lines for it. So I might have to like dub some in to kind of make that video work. So I guess we'll see if
Yeah.
Compliment Car Show 2 Electric Boogaloo comes out in the next like week or so, if I got around to actually getting it right. So
Beardman, thank you for your donation. Says, let me know the next time you're in Florida. I'd love to help film. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be in Florida next.
I'm kind of
Uh,
surprised we haven't like really gone back because it seems almost like an obvious place to go.
yeah,
Sort of like, but I mean, we still haven't done like RCR Beantown. You know, are they still calling Boston Beantown,
don't know.
or is that not like acceptable? RCR New England. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
at all.
at all. I mean, Maine is supposedly beautiful. Vermont is supposedly beautiful.
Was
Although
there
that seems
once to go skiing. That was kind of it.
that seems like it would be a nightmare place to try to film cars, though.
Yeah.
Like it
I'll
just
bet the roads are fantastic. And there's a lot of middle of the nowhere places. I'm going to be in Chicago first weekend of December. I think so. Yeah. Whether there'll be an RCR meet, I don't know. I am. I'm not doing car stuff, so I'm just visiting friends. I'm going to be in Jasper, Indiana
mm.
next week. I'm going to be in Jasper, Indiana on Wednesday. Am I going to do some car stuff? Yes. Also visiting friends. I'm not bringing the whole camera gear. I will just have my GoPro. There's one guy with an M2 competition package. I've never driven an M2 and I just want to drive it. And I'll film a point of view with it. Uh, um, but honestly, it's just they're visiting friends, but the folks I'm visiting, one of the guys has a Mini Cooper S, and he says he's not a car guy, but he has probably a very good handling car. I'm like, I want to drive something fun, but I also want to put you in something fun. Like, okay, you have a Mini Cooper, yeah, it has a turbo, it's pretty quick. Let me put you in something quick, and then so you can have fun with that. So, yeah, I'll be in Indiana next week. Joshua Murdson, oh, excuse me, Boris T.S. Carl of says, nice, 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 nice. Thank you, Boris. Joshua Mur, Joshua
Can I see?
Marie Murinson, Murisan, or am I putting the syllables all wrong?
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see. Josh Murasan.
Murasan. Thank you.
Probably. I don't know. I'm the
Josh
person.
Murasan. Sounds better.
Yeah.
Joshua Murinson. I'm putting an extra syllable. Murinson.
No, just Murasan. No, like Murasan.
Murasan.
Now watch us like both be wrong. It's like Murison.
Love you guys. I've got a whole bunch of cool cars and bikes that I'll submit for you guys when you're in Australia next. RCR Australia tentative time is 2021, March 2021, including a V8 diesel Land Cruiser, Morris Minor, and a bunch of Ducatis. Yeah, please send me an email. We haven't done any car scouting yet for RCR Australia, but we're going to start doing it. 2020 of RCR will be all domestic stuff. I mean, we're staying in the States for 2020. It's a real up in the air whether we're really going to go to Vegas and do that. or tell screw you to win or go to Scottsdale. One of the two. And it probably like I'm now leaning back on Phoenix. Because like Vegas is like, yeah, Vegas, but
Yeah, but also like, nah, Vegas. It's
Vegas.
because if you're gonna do it, you got to do it large. And
You got to do it large. You got to be in your 20s.
yeah, because I liken it to this podcast I listened to, and the guy was saying how he went to Vegas for a friend's bachelor party, like his whole wedding weekend. And as they're flying in, they're like super excited and everything. And then as they're leaving, like 4 or 5 days later, they're seeing all the excited people like getting off the plane. It's like those poor bastards. They don't even know.
Yeah, so probably, and people will shout in the comments that yes, go to Phoenix. Go to Phoenix instead.
Yeah.
Will Downs says, I'm on my break at the Kroger. Happy, nice podcast. Thank you, Will Downs. Have a good break. Okay, so that took care of all the super chats from the failed podcast previously, where all of our sound cut out. So I was at Moya's Car Care earlier today, and Nush from did we already talk about this?
No, yeah, you talked to me about this, but not to them, and it's a good story.
Oh, okay. I was at Moyer's earlier today. My friend Nush, who works the parks counter at Moyer's Car Care, said that had one of those super hot chocolate challenges things. It's for cancer research, and you do a hashtag Cocoa challenge, and you pay $40. It's really, you're paying $40 donation to this charity, and in exchange you get this unbelievably hot piece of burn your mouth chocolate, and then you eat it on camera and say, hey, I did this challenge. And so they cut the piece of chocolate up into 4 pieces, and everybody at the shop does it. And there's this one girl at the shop, I forget who she is, but she ate a slice of pizza with Da Bomb on it from Hot Ones.
Yeah,
just go Da Bomb. For whatever reason, she has a superpower. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's like Ted Stoltz says he doesn't get high off of edibles. He said he ate an entire brownie and just nothing happened.
Neither do I.
Really?
I had an entire Rice Krispie treat, and all that happened was like my eyes got warm. I specifically recorded it on my thing of like, I feel like my eyes are 2 sugar cubes dropped into a fresh mug of coffee.
Yeah.
But that was it. I didn't get hungry. I didn't feel weird. I didn't get like dizzy. I didn't get like any of the responses you would expect to have from an edible. Now, maybe it was just like that was an edible that was kind of weak, because I haven't had another one since. So it's not like I would know, So
I think like Jamie from Joe Rogan, also edibles don't work on him.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, who?
Jamie, young
Jamie.
Jamie Vern. What's his last name?
I forget his last name. I was watching that Joe Rogan tune where Joey Diaz was talking about like the Susquehanna.
Yeah,
like, you keep coming here with this Susquehanna weed. Like what are you talking about?
Joey, like, we know what that is.
Yeah,
Joey. Apparently, it's like an Abbott and Costello bit. The Susquehanna Hat Company.
But how did that even tie?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's great.
So. Anyway, they did the chocolate challenge, and you can go to RCR's Twitter and see that. But then afterwards, this couple, they were straight out of Hamlin Garland's Main Traveled Roads, like off of some sort of short story of tale of horror and woe, or this melancholy old tiny couple. The man might have been 5'1", the wife 5'2". The wife had a wispy mustache like a teenage boy. She had the lower fat of her. She wasn't fat. She looked like she may have been obese once. So she had extra skin. And so the skin of her neck was like looked like a bullfrog that had just got done croaking. But when she talked and lowered her head, the skin of her neck pushed out farther than her chin. the husband was red and weather beaten. They were wearing clothes that they probably owned for 20 years. The wife had that little, what do you call, it's not a yarmulke. You wear it on the back of your, half on the back of your head. It looks like the type of table setting accoutrements that you place on top of a picnic bowl to keep flies off of it. It's a delicate piece of like paper, white paper and cloth that is like pinned to your hair. If you see it, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Like if you see a picture of like my babushka, but it's not that. It's people in the comments are saying kippa.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what this style of hat is called.
It's kind of like an Amish thing.
Yeah. Oh, babushka?
It's not a babushka.
Or, I don't know.
It's not kibba. People are saying it is Pennsylvania, so it probably is like a Mennonite or Amish thing. This little like hair holder, there's got to be a name for that. Is it Jewish? I don't think so. And I'm just saying that because there are no Amish Jews. That's a line.
Yeah, that is
because
a line.
These are competing religious ideologies.
Yeah. In theory, yes.
Anyway, we all know what this is. We live in PA. We see these little things that they're not yarmulkes, but the old ladies wear. Is it Armenian? No. It is definitely Amish or Mennonite, or as we say, Dutchy. It's a Dutchy.
Those types of, I know. I can picture the hat that you're talking about because when I go to the farmer's market, a lot of people are wearing them. Not necessarily people who work there, but just people who are there.
Yeah.
So I don't know the way that, because you told me
it's like a bonnet. It's like a bonnet, but it's not attached to anything, and it looks like it can fall off at any minute.
Because a bonnet implies that there's like extra cloth or fabric that's sort of like hanging off of it.
It looks like you're trying to keep your hair bun fresh.
Oh, so it's like just a little like It's like those weird cylindrical ice cream scoops that it's like a gun but with a little cylinder, and you put it in the ice cream, and it plops out this little cylinder of ice cream into the gun. It's hilarious.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, it's not hilarious, but it's something for the mildly interesting subreddit.
Lots of Amish people in my part of Ontario are gonna
Google Mennonite headwear.
Soup strainer. It looks like a soup strainer. Mennonite headwear. Something. Anyway. Can we agree that Roman should do the card?
Oh, that's been a spam comment like repeatedly, which I appreciate the sentiment behind it, but no, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Yeah.
Anyway, so these are the couple, and they were getting a bunch of work done to their Jeep Cherokee, but there were problems with paying. Because they might have had an accident or something like that. And they had insurance because it's illegal to drive a car without insurance in Pennsylvania. I think it's nationwide now. But it wasn't just liability. They had some sort of coverage.
Is it this?
No, it's not that. It's if you pull.
Sorry, I closed the thing.
You know the bit of like, look at that bonnet, but only the lid in quotations of the bonnet.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Someone in the comment says it's called paper cap, KAPP.
Yeah.
It reminds them of holy life and to pray often. Yeah, okay. It did look like it was paper cap.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure people on their drive, like listening to this, just think, oh my God, no one cares about the hat. But it's a matter of principle of depicting the scene because the way because you told me the story off air, and I'm picturing these people who like live next to like a swamp or something.
Yeah.
From the way they kind of sounded, of almost like caricatures of, what other people think, Pennsylvanians sort of look like.
So they come up to the parts counter. Their Jeep Cherokee, the work that they requested was done. And now they present to Frank, the lead tech, a list of things that their insurance covers. but it's not a guarantee of payment or of transference of funds from the insurance company to Moyer's Car Care. It's just this list, but the couple seemed to think that this list was all that they needed to present to the tech to get their car repaired for free. And that's not how insurance works. Typically, and most of us are car people in here, we're going to get into an accident. And by that, I mean we're people.
Yeah.
Here's what happens when you get into an accident. Your car is towed to one of two places, back to your residence or to the nearest shop. It could be a collision center. It could be a regular repair shop. It could be a dealer. The car is then visited by a human being. That's called an insurance adjuster. They look at the car, determine if the accident is legitimate, and then write a check to you. Normally, you will not get a check right there in the spot. They will take their paperwork back to the office. You will wait for an excruciatingly amount of time, and then you will get a check in the mail. Now, this is a check that you put into your bank account, and now you have money to do one of two things, either to get your car repaired or to take it to Wiener Iron and Metal and get $350 worth of scrap, because that's how much the metal is worth. Or you deregister your car and take it apart and sell each and every bit of good parts off the car on eBay for the next 8 years and get more money that way. Whatever. The point is that you get this check from the insurance company, and then you do that, what you will, repair it, scrap it, or put it toward the purchase price of a new car.
Yeah.
Or there's option 2. It goes to a collision center, and then the collision center and the insurance company work together to offset the cost of repairing it, supposedly taking the owner out of the picture, but that's not how it works. The owner still has to go back to either the collision center, body shop, or regular shop with a ream of paperwork that no one tells them they need, so that the shop, which honestly doesn't care about your sob story, can talk to the insurance company, read off a bunch of numbers, and get their money, because that's what they care about. Now, this wall-eyed couple could not figure that out. All they really had was an information packet that they were kept pointing to, but this is what we cover. And Frank is trying to explain to them, you should have brought all of this when you dropped the car off. And this is Frank talking, you told me to repair the car, and that's what I did. So I'm watching all of this, and this ancient couple, which is the weird thing, because they could be 50, they could be 90. I couldn't figure it out. They look like they had a life of manual labor and austerity measures.
Or as they say in Annie Prue says in the original Brokeback Mountain short story, inured to a life of privation.
Ooh.
Oh, such a good writer. That's such a good short story. And the movie's so good too. Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
The type of people who look at suffering as a sacrament.
Mm-hmm.
The type of people who will sit in a living room and listen to the clock tick, and that'll be their evening. The type of people for whom pork and beans were invented. The type of people who will block off their schedule for the spaghetti dinner at the church. Anyway, so Frank is trying to tell them that all of this you should have brought here ahead of time. And it's as if Frank's words were just bouncing off these people. From their perspective, we have insurance, therefore free work. And Frank was, and also Frank said, I couldn't get your wheels off because this car had the car had those tamper-proof uh, security nuts
Yeah.
that you need the special key to get off. But the word key also confused these people because he said key, and key meant a cylindrical piece of metal that opens a door. It has nothing to do with a car wheel.
Yeah.
So he could tell that they didn't understand what a wheel lock was. So he went to get one and said, "See this weird pattern? This connects to your key." And but like lug nut, they never heard of this before. They had lived for at least 5 decades and had never heard of a wheel lock or a security lug nut. So then Nush, the parts guy, goes and gets a new one and said, "This is what they are." And the policy of most places is they won't use a reverse threaded socket. For those people listening, like those security lug nuts, they knew nothing. You can get a socket with reverse cut threads that fit right over it. The hardened threads cut right into the outside of that, and you can just spin it right off. And But the policy of most shops is they won't do that. They won't wreck your security nuts to take your wheel off. They'll say, "We need this key." So they go inside the car, find that they did have the key, but it was broken from the previous owner. And it's just like problem after problem after problem after problem. And I wish I could take a syringe of basic car knowledge and just wait outside a car shop and just inject it into people. Not because I'm trying to screw the shop out of money. In fact, they'd probably make more because people would do preventative maintenance
Yeah.
and people would be happier of knowing the basics of car maintenance and knowledge. But there was nothing to be done for this couple. So I just scheduled Goldie in 2 weeks to get new struts in the front.
Mm.
They're probably the originals on there, or maybe one's been replaced because we're almost at my next oil change will be over 200,000 miles
Oh,
with
wow.
that Subaru. And now that whenever those head gaskets leaks, it's going right back to Catasauqua Auto Repair. And Justin Kramer's going to do the head gaskets. We'll probably film something. And then now I'm locked in to that car, ride or die,
Yeah.
ride or die with the Subaru Forester. That's going to, because once that head gasket's on, I'm good for another 100,000 miles. So, and as of yet, I haven't found a single vehicle that replaces that. So I'm perfectly fine keeping an old Subaru going. That was my day today. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get another bowl of stuff. We got a bunch of super chats to go through.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. So we'll get into that in a second. You went down to Katie's Cars and Coffee. What
Yeah.
else have you been up to?
Well, I mean, I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was great, but in a different way than things are usually great
Uh-huh.
for Quentin Tarantino, in that it's more sort of a pensive slice of life movie. But I enjoy that type of thing. And it's also probably his least violent movie, but it's worth it because it gets violent.
Yeah.
Well, that's not why it's worth it, but I would say that the towards the end it becomes viscerally satisfying in a way that almost, I don't know, that's all I'll say. But what I will say is find someone who loves you as much as Quentin Tarantino loves Feet. Like, no judgments whatsoever. It's just very noticeable, more so in this one than just about any other one of his movies. And so it's almost like, well, I mean, I guess of all the other movies, it makes more sense for people to be barefoot in Hollywood in the 70s, 60s, 69, strangely enough, or was it 68? I don't remember. All I know is that if you're looking for a life partner, find you someone who is as in love with you as Quentin Tarantino is with Feet, or as in love with you as those Charmin bears are with wiping their own ass. Like, those bears freaking love Charmin. Ugh, those bears trigger my mom something fierce because she says they're wrong colored bears. Because there's no like this blue bear and these red bears, these families of bears. It's hmm, existential musings and ponderings. Now, I do know that I end up having to, or that I had planned a rant video, but then I realized that it's taking time away from writing the RCR story. So I'm going to save that rant video for another time. It was going to be a rant on zipper merging, but then I realized I don't have enough material to actually complain about zipper merging for like 10 minutes. So I actually have another thing that I'm somewhat passionate about that I really want to go on a rant about. It's not going to be as angry a rant as the one about left lane bandits, because that one continues to piss me off to this day. So, I mean, well, to this day, it hasn't even been a year, but it's also something where I really want to make this RCR stories, the next one, a big priority to have it ready for December. Um, just because it's a very in-depth story, and I'm currently lost in the weeds of the background of the people involved in the story because they have really juicy backgrounds, irrespective of the crisis, scandal, story, whatever it is that you want to call it. So yeah, because like originally this one was just going to be sort of like the real story of Ford v Ferrari, but then I realized, Ford v Ferrari isn't going to come out around here until like it'll say like opening nationwide, but I know around here we're not going to get it opening weekend. Maybe we will, but either way, by then I would have been halfway through the story. And if I go up there and see the movie and it really is like note for note, beat for beat, exactly the correct story, then like my video instantly becomes pointless. So I would do it for something else, or maybe like a year later or 6 months later and see how the movie compared. Not that I'd be able to use any of that footage anyway, because you can claim fair use, but and rather
Right.
not rock the boat.
Right.
But it's that I don't know. It should be fun, I guess.
I'm getting either the algorithm for ads on all my social media is either having trouble to figure out what to do with me, or because I haven't Googled that movie at all, and every day I've seen an ad for Ford v Ferrari on something.
Well, now they're starting the heavy push, like the go home push,
Oh,
where
okay.
we're in the final like week or two before this movie comes out. I think final week, and we're essentially in that point where whether or not this is going to be a success, they want it to be an award season contender. And so their idea is that they're going to push Christian Bale in lead and Matt Damon in supporting. So it's gives you some sort of idea of the balance of character there and how they're going to be portrayed. I heard about Oscar buzz for Tracy Letts, who plays Henry Ford, or the second, number two, and
Okay.
but I guess if they're campaigning Damon, but see, then you end up with category fraud if he ends up being co-lead. Like for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they're campaigning Brad Pitt in supporting and Leo in lead, which that's total category fraud because Brad Pitt's a co-lead in that movie. But it's something that happens literally every year, or not literally every year, but almost every year. It's like I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah.
I didn't get hammered by ads for the Joker at all.
Oh, that's another thing
Like
I saw.
one
I
or
saw The
two.
Joker. Yeah, which is a good movie. But I mean, I had already read the script, so I knew what it was. It's just a matter of it's essentially like a Taxi Driver made a baby with the king of comedy.
Oh, okay.
It's literally exactly that, like right down to plot points that happen. Like
Oh.
it's such Costco Scorsese
Well,
that it's
that's a
just
good line.
yeah.
That's a line.
Yeah, it's but I mean, I liked it for what it is. Like Joaquin Phoenix is really good. It's just not a Joker that can ever have a Batman, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a good.
Like
Oh.
it's because the way he play. I mean, I cannot conceive of this Joker caring enough about anything to have a Batman, which I guess, apparently a lot of people get triggered when anybody says anything that isn't effusively praising of Joker, which I don't get because it's a good movie. It is a good movie, but it's also a movie that's derivative of any number of other movies that are better. And that's fine. But it also has a really great performance from Joaquin Phoenix. and that's
Right.
even better. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is the reason to see this movie, but
Uh-huh.
it's almost like it doesn't feel like the Joker. It feels like a completely separate character who just happens to go by the name Joker,
I
which
see.
is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm not so married to lore and canon. It's part of my thing of like why I don't get why people get so mad about like how Disney does the Star Wars sequels.
Right.
It's like that's not erasing the original trilogy.
No.
Like what George Lucas did more damage to the original
Yeah.
trilogy than anything Disney's doing.
Right.
You know, because he went in and added like a no while Palpatine was zapping Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi for no goddamn reason, and that pissed me off something fierce. To where it's like, okay, I guess I'm getting the Harmies despecialized editions now. So it's just, yeah, I movies.
I will be, hopefully with my friend Tom, watching Skywalker this winter, and like a well-used whore, just don't fuck me hard.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that doesn't make sense because you could fuck an old used. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make me feel something. After Solo, please just make me feel something. I want to feel some Star Wars when I watch this.
Yeah. And it's understandable. I mean, I've been following like the I've been reading all the leaks for the movie. Like, of course, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the only thing that I would really say is that it does, from how it reads online, feel more like Star Wars. The one that I'm familiar with anyway, which is more of a warm life lessons embedded in this
Galactic Civil War.
Yeah. Because that's really what the original trilogy is, really. It's life lessons that are sort of, hidden inside this framework of science fiction fantasy of, don't give up on people, learn from failure. It's trust in other people and don't, it's just that type of, there's a warmth there that is kind of missing. Now, granted, it was kind of missing in the prequels too, but I love those movies because it's like I grew up with those too. So it's I don't know. It is what it is, and I say that too often, but yeah, it's something. I mean, I was just kind of getting hype for Rise of Skywalker because it's like Star Wars has been the thing that I've been into since I don't know. I was in utero practically, so it is. It's just a part of me now.
How about we get to these super chats? Okay. AG Caillou says Bob Evans. Because in the beginning, I was just using the phrase Bob Evans as a check phrase. Thank you very much for donating money to revisit Bob Evans. Scrolling down, generous supers chat from Aben Corbett. Thank you guys for everything you do. The reviews, the mini docs, all of it. SV650 or R6? Which bike encourages you more to hoon around? SV650, definitely, because low end torque. Can you still have fun on the street legally with a 600? The answer is no, you cannot. 600 is high revs. A 600 sport bike is this haircut isn't pretty bad, isn't it?
Oh, mine.
No, I got a short buzz, but I left it long in the front. It's like I have this tiny pod of hair in the front where it's thinning. I thought that would like even it out, but it doesn't. Next time I'm at my parents', I'm just going to buzz it all to the same length. Where was I? Where was I?
Where are any of us, really?
Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Scrolling up to the top. Where was I? Where was I? Adam Corbett. Can you still have funds on the street legally on a 600? The answer is no, you cannot. You will be tempted to rev up at every single moment, and already then you'll be going 90 miles an hour. I don't recommend it at all. And I just dad clicked again and went to the bottom of the list.
I mean, it's very much on brand for this.
Oh, no.
What?
Because I minimized it and opened it again. It won't let me go back to all the super chats again.
Wait, hang on. What was the last super chat?
No. Something Corbett.
All right, let me go up.
Oh, man. I didn't even swipe it away. I just accidentally clicked outside of the freaking dad clicked. This sucks.
Wait, live chat. Cool.
Oh man, it's like this must be what it feels like to feel old, where the movement of your exact little fingers can ruin your entire evening. You moved your finger 1 centimeter to the left, and that changed your entire course of conversation.
And
It's not fair, is the emotion I feel right now. It's not fair.
So let me see if it'll do through this. And the answer is no.
No.
So
Okay, so how am I going to answer all the super chats I accidentally swiped away from?
all right, if you have a super chat and we didn't get to it yet,
Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on the computer. I'm going to open a new tab. And I think if I go somewhere in here, I can see all the old ones. I need to go to YouTube. I need to go to, I think, community or... No, I don't have that option. I can go to Studio Beta. Get this mic back toward me. Is it under comments? No, it's not under comments. Is it under Creative Studio Classic? Super chats? Okay, there they are. So I remember where it was. I need to go find Corbett's. Scrolling down. Scrolling down. Show more. Scrolling up. I don't remember any of these. The furthest back I can go is Nick Bellinger, which says cheers, and someone talking about Honda Fireblades. The latest one is about Stuart Lee. That's unfair that they don't let you answer every single one of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird in that like some people who run live chats really make a routine thing of not really bothering getting to everyone, but we really like to try. Like we almost kind of pride ourselves on getting to every single one, but sometimes
why doesn't YouTube allow you to, why doesn't it categorize every single one of them and save them?
Well, from here on out, I'm gonna have to screenshot every single one as it comes in.
Sorry. All right. There's one. There's two.
Roman, your opinion on a Rule of Two movie? I assume you mean Rule of Two with the Sith. I only if it means how the rule got instated, which would imply a Sith War movie, which I'm not sure would work. Although this being the age of like anti-hero movies, you know, maybe it would. I just know that I want.
Shut up.
I just want Star Wars movies that don't take place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, or between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Like
YouTube help says you can see all super chat and purchases using this site, and then they don't say what it is. Just after Endgames, I feel they can do it.
I'll probably talk in movies.
Okay.
Problem you're having is directly related to the Apple products you use. Well, no, because it's the
Want a
Fire
browser.
tablet. It says if you go to youtube.com/super_chat.
Okay. We'll try that.
Again, to the people listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or wherever, I have every confidence that this is absolutely riveting.
YouTube.com. Did they say underscore?
/super_chat. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
All right. It just takes me back to the same one.
Yeah.
Oh, now it took me all the way back.
All right. Well,
All right. Then that does work.
Thanks, Chris McCarthy. You've saved the day again. Well, wait, why did I say again? Oh, well, maybe he saved it before and I'm just now remembering it. Biggest chick magnet car, huh? Probably a Corvette, honestly, because it's that accessible car that, even if it's someone who doesn't know a lot about cars, they know about Corvettes and they look cool to people, regardless of whether they know about cars or not. And I understand why Corvette guys are Corvette guys. And I know that if I wasn't like a Mustang guy, I probably would have been a Corvette guy because I know me and I know that I don't know. I love bad ideas. It turns me on. So, yeah, it's, I don't know.
Okay. So now I get to go all the way back to the beginning.
I'd say Jeep Wranglers are the ultimate chick magnet. That's fair. I could see that for kind of it implies that you're adventurous, I suppose, in that you are willing to like, hey, we're spontaneous. Let's go somewhere. And, I got my Jeep Wrangler and
I get to read these from my phone, so I don't have to crouch over the computer. Thomas Corbett got your question. Christoph Hain, for the nice price, just says nice. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, sir. Ninja Takuni, with a generous donation, says, Mr. Regular, longtime fan. I have a 2012 6MT V6 Accord for sale. I'm not too far from you. If yourself or anybody else in the chat is interested, me a direct message or hit me up on Telegram with the same name. The first thing people are going to ask you, Ninja Takuni, is, oh, you've answered it. Yes, 6MT. Yeah. I think that's one of the finest cars you can get if you never have to carry anything big. And if it's just you driving around and you want something fun, fantastic machine. Quacum Metaphilia. That was a nice burp, Mr. Regular. Congratulations on your 69th podcast. Love you too. Love the show. Love you. Thank you so much for your generous donation. You're helping us get to Australia in 2021. John Wood says, have you guys ever listened to Mike Rowe's podcast? It's a good listen. I know who Mike Rowe is. I heard him, I think, on Corolla back when I used to listen to Corolla. That sounded salty, didn't it? Yeah, well, I like salt. Cheers to this rainy Pennsylvania night. Yeah, it's been raining all day. It's all right, though.
It's supposed to be nice tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, John Woods. No, I haven't listened to Mike Rowe's podcast. But if it comes across, I'll listen to it. Thank you. Leland G says, love the show. I had a used 2009 Civic. Paid it off, then promptly got in a wreck less than a week after getting the title. Oh, man.
That sucks.
Now I have a 2011 Grand Caravan. So what happened in your life that you went from a Civic, which is an economy car, to a Caravan, which is a family minivan? I'm guessing there's some family involved.
As is tradition for many people.
Nullification, thank you for your donation. This is the sex number, right? And their donation was $4.20.
Nice.
Very well done. Thomas Palazzo with another donation of $6.90, which is a theme now going on. It just says nice. Thank you so much. I will spend your money wisely. Another nice donation, once again, is Boris T.S. Karlov, or
Boris Karloff.
Karloff. Thank
the,
you.
Actor, from like the old Universal monster movies.
No.
Or wait, no, but yeah, Boris Karloff was Dracula, or was that?
Oh.
Uh,
Since I'm right up here on the mic and I'm pot 2, I'm just gonna pot myself down a little bit. Boris Karloff. I recently got a 99 RAV4 for $350. Wow, that scrap price is very good. Hope to see you in Moscow. I guess the real Moscow? Looking for any cars for your lemon. Oh, but then he said lemon. Does he mean Moscow, PA? Probably means both. Looking for any cars for your lemon. I don't know if I'm doing the Lemons Rally this year. I think I'm skiing all this winter. But thank you so much for your donation. It's going toward RCR Australia. Scott Coplitz. Your choice between a Porsche 993 C2, 1990 to 05 NSX. That's nice. E46 M3. Nah. Camaro Z20. No, immediately NSX. Because I know I could sell it at any time, and it's a fine driving car, and you can go on road trips in it. It's so nice. Yeah, definitely NSX. Thank you, Scott. Good question. Speedo Sausage. Thank you for your donation. I've been seeing a lot of grandma-owned Buicks. Like from the beginning of time. That's all right. With low miles for under $1,500. Was thinking about suggesting them to a friend for your first car. Thoughts? It depends. I mean, I think you need which V6 must it have? You need to go look at Car Wizard, the mechanic for Hoovy, because he has a whole thing about those Buicks, like the really cheap ones. And I just hit the sleep button. Okay. You need a specific V6 in one of those to have it be the good one. And I forget which one it is. I want to think it's the 3600 or the 3800. I think it's the 3800 is the engine you need. But I'm leaning on 3800. But you need to watch that video. I forget which one it is. Just start watching Car Wizard where he talks about it.
So I think that's the LA one, or is the LA one the 30? No, the LA one's a 3400, isn't it?
LA?
Yeah, the engine designation. Like they would use them. I read about a lot of this stuff during the RCR Stories research on the Pontiac thing during the badge engineering, and they share a lot of engine parts and chassis and all that other wonderful mess. Yeah, I'm probably getting my designations wrong, but someone in the comments probably knows, so have at it.
I'm not sure. I don't know. The only LA engine I know is a Mopar engine, but I'm sure that everybody mixes and matches their alphanumeric designations for things. See also the C3 is both a Corvette and also a Ford transmission. Wookie Automoto TV says, hey guys, broke the NASCAR hauler 1 mile from Phoenix Raceway. U-Joint decided to go bye-bye. Oh, well, here's some beer money. Thank you, Wookie. We're putting all this money toward RCR Australia. Carl Levine, thank you for your donation, Carl. Says, hey, guys, come to New Hampshire. I'd love to come to New Hampshire and ski. All domestic travel, we really got to do RCR New England, but not Boston. It's just too hard to film there. Tony Airlines has been saying like the town to go to in New England is Montpelier.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah. He says that is a totally underrated town because he flies into there a lot for Delta. And I'm gonna make a mark right here. This is my thing. All of these peaks, Brian, you're taking this out. You remember what these peaks are for? Yeah. Um, Wyatt B says, "New Harley Bronx looks cool. Have you seen it?" Uh, I don't know what that is. I guess that's a movie.
Harley Bronx.
Yeah. New
Uh,
Harley Bronx, or is that, or did Harley Davidson make a motorcycle about the Bronx? I have an idea. Let's name our motorcycle after a municipality.
hmm. Let's see. Mm, Bazoom.
Where's my seeing spectacle? Oh, that looks neat.
Yeah, it's
It looks like a street bike. It looks like a Yamaha.
mm.
They gotta get that Gen X money somehow.
And how?
Their base is dying off. That'd be a fun shirt. Just like a cell shaded drawing of a Harley Davidson, and it just says "Okay, Boomer."
You could pay someone on Fiverr to just draw that
Yeah.
design.
Matthew Churchard says, "All right, lads, either you play Gran Turismo Sport. Sorry, no. Uh, if you do, what's your car? Clearly nothing. I'm just, I'm just running last on every race. Hope you're both good. Yeah, video games with me. I hardly play anything anymore. I just want some casual video games to play while I eat dinner, and before I just start listening to like smooth jazz or vaporwave,
Mm.
and then I go to bed. Then I get a boner at 4 in the morning. Then I wake up. I think about doing something about it, but I like my new bed sheets. So I go back to
Mm.
bed. Paul Wagner, thank you for your donation. Congratulations on the nice podcast. I wonder which car review counts as the nice review, the 69th review. I don't know. We're like at like 900 uploads. So I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
know.
if
I'm going to get the sign.
yeah, if we sorted by like oldest and tried to figure out what the 69th video was, or like official review, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to figure it out. That would just take a very long, long time.
I need regular scotch tape now.
Mm. I mean, that tape held out for a long ass time.
Yeah.
It's not even half ass in it. It's not even full ass in it. It's like four asses, four ass in it. Four whole halves of butt.
All right. Can people even? That
Not really. We got to move the table back a little. It's going to take all our skill. There we go.
I have to pee. Sorry.
No, have at it.
Whiskey.
I'll keep the people entertained somehow. I started watching, or I mean, I finished the first half of the final season of BoJack Horseman, and it's sort of the show that continually reinforces that you can change, but before bringing a sort of hammer down and saying like, well, maybe you can't. But it's also like the second half comes out, I think, in January, so that's going to be great to watch, and hopefully it sort of I don't know, gives the series a point because right now it's my favorite show that I feel like how it ends will largely determine how much I sort of enjoy it on rewatch, I suppose. Just because I, yeah. Sorry, I'm not that entertaining solo, but yeah. Remember when nobody knew what RCR's face looked like? Yeah, I remember that. I remember finding weird sort of ways to sort of hide my face when I was riding in the back of cars during shoots because I'd show up in the rear view mirror. So I just draw my face on like my notebook and just hold this up. And yeah, that's yeah, it's a good time. And now we have faces which we can actually share. So you can all make value judgments on our appearances for fun. How dateable am I? Remember hotornot.com?
I remember that.
I always told myself, like, if I ever had the gumption, like, I would put myself up on there, but I knew I wouldn't be able to take the responses. This is like 17-year-old me.
Mm.
And I don't, on my bravest day, I just didn't have it because I didn't want to find out that like I'm a hard four
Oh.
in daylight, you know?
Mm.
So then, and but the thing is that like I spent all those years when I was actually in good shape and like kind of attractive thinking that I wasn't.
Yes.
So I
Oh my God, I see pictures of me from the 2000s. Like, Brian,
you could
what
have
are you
had it
doing?
all.
You could have been a contender.
Yes, it's just it drives me nuts thinking about,
That freaking jawline I had, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's still got a good jawline. Got more of a jawline than I got. I mean, I got kind of. I mean, I've always been kind of doughy, but now more so that age is beginning to settle in like a sediment.
I miss my hair.
Mm,
I had bushy hair that I dumped peroxide into, got blonde,
mm,
and then it would get brown again, and it was like froey even. It was great,
mm.
man. I used to let it grow really long, and then and my look was having the baseball cap with the hair coming out underneath it.
Yeah.
Man, pulled that off all right. Sparkhead 42. I'm swapping a Mazda FC RX-7 with a 2-liter Ecotec. Thoughts? Well, now you'll have a normal car. That's exactly what you bought. You traded a catastrophe for something reasonable. Congratulations, you're an adult.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts, man. You did the right thing, really. Your bank account will thank you. Benjamin Ewing says New Hampshire roads aren't bad. Vermont's and Maine's are also good depending on where. But don't get a man started on Massachusetts roads. But come up to New England, it's pretty here. I wanna. Benjamin Ewing. We'll have to figure it out. What's going to be my schedule? Winter is going to be ski, ski, ski. March, we'll flip off this winter, probably go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Haven't figured it out. Figure out something. It'll be nice. It'll be warm.
Yeah. Wherever we.
And then after that, I think it'll be almost probably, it'd be neat after that to just do like a local trip once a month.
Yeah, it'd be nice to sort of get out and go around. Although I am enjoying this time of year where we don't have any travel plans,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
nice too.
fall where it's like 4 straight months of like we're not going anywhere.
Mm.
And everything is local because it's like a nice little respite from, all right, we're going here. This is how long we have to be up here, and then
Yeah.
it's a logistical thing. But first world problems. You're
Right.
complaining about privileges. Right? Oh, no,
Wyatt
no.
B says, I recently started watching Initial D dubbed on Hulu, and I love it. I wondered if you guys did it too. Yeah, I love that show, and I hate that I loved it. But I skipped ahead. Like, I watched Initial D, but I didn't watch any of the plot. I just kept skipping ahead to just watching the car races. And
Mm.
even then, those got protracted, like the God Hand and God Foot episodes.
Mm.
Yeah, y- was it you who said you don't really like Star Wars, you like Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, like you really like you like 2 movies, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Like that's really what people say when they like Star Wars, and everything else. You like the way that those movies made you feel when you were like
Yeah.
11. Because I love the way those movies made me. I love the way they make me feel now. But it's like, I'm not gonna say that,
I went back and watched the first third of The Return of the Jedi,
y-
and it had that weird like holdover 70s action scene where everybody's getting into it.
yeah,
Like every single person is fighting, but it's a little bit Keystone Cops, like on Jabba's barge there.
yeah.
People are falling over. Like you push a guy into another guy and both of them get knocked out.
Like there's brawling happening while people are waiting to have a go at Luke. It's like that
Yeah.
weird thing of like, okay, so I guess it's the equivalent of a sort of bar fight from like the old West.
Yeah.
Of like one person throws a punch and now everyone's like
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Mopar 92. Thank you guys for making my night at the Jeep plant building teenage white girls' dream cars much more bearable. What? Thank you for making my night at the Jeep plant building teenage white girls' dream cars much more bearable.
Oh.
What?
No, because he's stuck in the factory building dream cars for white girls, and this podcast is making it bearable for him.
Oh. My 92 Shadow is waiting patiently for wherever you guys get to the Michigan, Ohio area. What's coming up? That I need to go to like Detroit. Like I want to go to Detroit, but I don't want to go for the car cruise. Figure something out.
I don't know. Like car cruises are
Yeah.
nice, but they don't like. And I know I did that whole video on like sentimental reasons to go to a car meet and other car related events, but I don't know. A cruise, it's just I see a higher rate of people getting angry, and that's not something I really like being around.
No.
I mean, I'm sure like H2OI is like fun for some people, but that's
some
not.
people say it's the best, and I'm like, I don't want to be around altercations.
Yeah, yes.
It's altercation, the car show.
It's like I feel like I'm under threat of witnessing a fist fight at any moment,
Right.
even if I'm not going to be a part of one, hopefully. And, because it's, lover, not a fighter. Moonlighting as a writer.
It's a bunch of people with poor upbringings who cannot function without chaos. Boris Karlov. This is your daily reminder to take the compliment. People like seeing your beautiful faces and throwing money at them. I'm trying to take the compliment, but my upbringing says it's poison. But thank you so much. I'll learn to love it. I'll learn the larva. Jeff V. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you.
Jeff V. Thank you for your donation. Can't think of anything else to say that's not stupid. Here's some money anyway. I'm flattered, sir. I will spend it verily and very maturely on RCR Australia 2021. I think we've reached the end here.
Have we?
That was Jeff V again. Benjamin Chapman. Thank you for your donation, Ben. Can you make an entire video in the BMW 320i I'm a man now character? I know what you're talking about, and it's like the joke would get old, but I get what you're saying. Like the type of business major whose entire life trajectory and life goals is proving dad wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much I mean, you could do a segment in the character again, bring it back. But yeah.
David, thank you for your donation, David. Subaru Outback Sedan, the official car of listening to Mineral and Sunny Day Real Estate. What is that? Listening to Mineral? Is that a band? And Sunny Day Real Estate while crying in the McDonald's parking lot at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's like people who drive Outback, like the Outback sedan from like the 90s. I see there's a lot of them around here. Of course, I'm driving a Subaru from like 04, but I see stuff from the 90s still just rolling around. I saw one at Moyer's Car Care, and it was white and it looked fine.
Yeah.
So even though they don't hold up to rust because they have a problem with their seam sealer in that they hold on to water and rust out under that, people are willing to hang on to these things, and I'm ready to drop $600 on that bill for 2 new front struts, and immediately people are going to go, well, you can replace the new front struts and you can get a rock $150. I support local businesses. Yes, yeah. I can replace my front struts. I know how. Now, when you do them, you have a cam nut on the top of those struts, and you're going to have your car balanced anyway. It has to be you need a wheel alignment after doing both struts, because now your camber, the caster isn't adjustable on Subarus, but like your toe and camber are going to be off. You have to realign them anyway. And Bruce doesn't have an alignment machine in his shop anybody. He just sends everybody to Worley's. Super local stuff here. A shop up the road to get alignment. And Worley's is like, if you have an alignment that isn't going right, you go to Worley's on 61. It's before you get to between Shoemakersville and Hamburg. It's this little like Texaco off the side, but this guy is like an ace with alignment. So anyway. So yeah.
Oh,
pushing.
There's so much pushing. Nah!
Your bladder is like a camelback.
Oh, well,
Matthew Churchill. You guys heard of a British comedian called Stuart Lee? I think you'd like his stuff. I haven't, but you have?
I have not. So I guess I'll have to look him up, which is great because I love recommendations for comics. RIP to the late, great John Witherspoon, who is one of my favorite comedians of all time, and whose special you got to coordinate, Granddad on Boondocks. And one of the that you got to coordinate is an all-time great comedy special, in my opinion. And he's been brilliant in basically everything he's been in. So he absolutely will be missed.
There's one last one. Leo, last super chat before the sign goes up. By the way, it was the 3800 V6 you wanted. Thanks for keeping me company tonight from California with love. Thank you, Leo. Yes, the GM 3800 I think is the good V6 you want. Opinion on the 1993 Plymouth Laser. I think that's also a Shadow. Wait, there was the Plymouth Duster, but also Plymouth Laser. I wonder if that was also a Peabody. I'm not sure. Because I didn't even know this, that Chrysler had the Peabody, which was an offshoot of the K platform, of which everything is an offshoot of the K platform from like the early 90s into like, I think the cab forward designs of like 1998. What else? Okay. I kind of want to go to the Jasper transmission plant when I'm in Jasper next week. But I think you need like special permission to tour that factory. I mentioned it at Moyer's Car Care, and Nush said that everybody there toured the Jasper plant because I guess like there was some rep down there, and they got flew out there, and there's a go-kart track there as well. Something on your mind? Huh? You look distant for a second.
No. I was reading that. Someone said the Duster was a Plymouth.
Oh.
So like I was trying to my vision is terrible. I need a stronger prescription. Just haven't had the time to make an eye doctor appointment. And so and I feel like I've said that on like 3 different podcasts and I just haven't gotten around to it because I have other things that I need to be doing. But you got to make time for things. Anyway, sorry.
I got to do that before I go to Chicago next month. I got to go get more contacts. I think I'm going to switch to weeklies instead of monthlies because I wear my contacts maybe 3 times a month. And they're usually for either motorcycling or some sort of athletic things. So it doesn't really make sense that I have monthlies that I only use 3 times. I could probably just get away with weeklies that use 3 times and just throw them away.
But if you're just like hanging around here, you're in your glasses. It's like, I mean, I've never had contacts before. Like never even like to try it, put one in, which it's something where I don't know. Maybe I just have a thing about things being in my eye, but
if it's useful for motorcycling. I didn't even wear it when I was out on the track. I just wore my tiny glasses, and these glasses I gave my own prescription to, and they kind of hurt my eyes after a while because they're cheap. Like with these glasses, even though they're fashionable, sometimes I just take the painkillers to wear them, which sounds like a thing like you really shouldn't be doing that. So maybe if they have a deal over at Island, will make you look nice. Island, a special kind of price. Island, a certain paradise. Nobody gives you more than Island. Nobody gives you more. That commercial has been drilled into my head since 1994, and they've been still running it, and I thank them for it.
I've literally never heard this song before. I
think there's an Island in Why I'm Missing, and that's it. It's kind of like up here in like Minersville and stuff like that. And it's like this really cheesy uh reggae song just called Island.
Just the idea of it, I mean, it's obvious, but I, some things.
Yeah, so Jasper on Wednesday. Oh, here's another thing. Um, American Airlines, like we fly exclusively American Airlines unless we have to fly something else and it works. Planes somewhere just bugs the heck out. There's plenty of cities. Um, but after doing RCR for 5 years, I'm like, I got a lot of freaking flyer points.
Yeah.
I'll bet I have a free flight. No, I don't. I don't even have enough points yet to get a free flight to like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But what I do have is enough points to have 1 year of the Admiral's Lounge.
Yeah.
The special lounge that's only in like 8 airports, but it's in Philly. And when I'm flying on Wednesday, I got my little note. I didn't get my supposedly I get a special card in the mail.
Yeah.
But I have this paper thing I can print out. So I'm going to go right up there to the second floor. It's a floor above where passport control is in PHL. And I'm going to have my first Admirals Club experience. I think you get free drinks, but then I heard you don't. And then I heard you get at least like free finger food. But then I think all they have in there is like a Keurig machine.
Huh.
So maybe I'll go in there and enjoy that this is a quiet part, but I've never ever been in Philadelphia and not been able to find a quiet, clean, comfortable place in that airport.
Yeah.
But I felt like I needed to do something with my points, and I like this idea of exclusivity, and also I want to see what's behind those fucking doors. I want to go in and see.
Yeah.
Now
let me in. I want in. All right. So the screen, the stream temporarily shat out. So but it's back now, but it's ass quality. So I just wanted to get to the lightning round of non super chat, regular chat questions. All right, first one from Canned Bullets. Was my dad right not to let me get a YZF R1 when I was 17?
Hell yes, he was right. Motherfucker, that's an R1.
Yeah.
Dude, that's faster than that's faster than a 355 Spider. Or it's faster than a Ferrari Modena, an F360. Yes, he was doing his job as your dad. That's a 178 mile an hour motorcycle. What are you thinking, man? I know what you're thinking. Come.
All right, next one is just from B. I don't know how they got that name. Be careful with towing. Some of them take you to a shop they get kickbacks from and scam you. Find a shop you trust and request it towed there, or just take it home.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Let's see. Next one is from Captain Vin. Hi, Mr. Regular. I'm 17 with the Del Sol and a 95 Mustang GT50. I don't feel like I can handle the Mustang, and I got an offer on an 89 MR2. Should I trade?
Those are two very different cars. You can't handle a Mustang with a 5.0. That's only like 100. Well, I get what you're saying. Here's the thing about the MR2. That's a car that needs to be stored indoors. Wheeler Dealers did a whole thing about the MR2, how that car gets stored outdoors, water's going to drip down through the bonnet vents in the back and rust out your alternator. Yes, I know it's just an alternator. It can be replaced. It depends if you just want to run the gamut of cars and just have a whole bunch of different ones, then yeah, selling a Fox body now is not a bad time to sell one. The prices are going up, and you probably will be able to get an MR2. Like, you can probably sell a Fox body if it's depending on what condition it's in. To sell like a Fox body for like 10 grand and buy a really nice MR2 for like 8, that might not be a bad move for you.
Oh wow, there are a bunch of super chats we missed.
Really?
Yeah, turns out.
Ah, damn it.
So and no, they're all here. So after Stuart Lee, British comedian, then there is you gonna do any more creepy, eerie videos like the 94 Caravan?
Yes, we filmed some stuff for the special project.
And that was from Steven098 for $4.99. Thank you so much. Sorry for the terseness of response. William Labant just gave $6.90.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. Yuri Nobear, possibly, gave 200 from the DKK, but it comes out to like around 27 US dollars. But that is still a nice
Still a
chunk
very-
of change. So thank you so much. Hello, just wanted to know if a Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9 is a good first car, as I just bought one, but I'm not really sure if I should keep it or just sell it again. Haven't driven it properly as I still need my license.
Well, if you're out of the country and if you're in a country that has the infrastructure and parts network to support that car, it probably would be all right. But if you're already getting offers for it, maybe it's something to flip and then just get like a Civic. Since you don't have your license yet, buying what year was it?
Oh, it was no, he didn't say year.
Then okay. I don't know how to place those cars by just their designation because they didn't sell them here in the U.S. So take a note of that offer, and then I guess make a decision on that whether you want to keep it or not. If you don't have your license already, what do you say? Is a Peugeot 206?
Hmm.
What was it again?
Oh, 205 GTI 1.9.
What one did we do?
206.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you the designation offhand.
It was a GTI as well.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
Happens.
Thank you for your donation.
Thank you so much. Sorry, wish we could answer more. Let's see. Ninja Tanuki with $2 says it's Ninja Tanuki. LOL, because apparently I guess we
As in
mispronounced
Mario.
it. As in Mario, like the
Yeah.
Japanese like raccoon dog
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So,
Gigantic nuts.
yeah, huge nuts. Adam, $6.90. Nice. And that was the comment. Thank you so much. Tuna on white, no crust with $6.90. Thank you. Nice. If you'd like to try a modified tuned 08 Forester Sports XT5MT, I've got one here in St. Paul, Minnesota. The updated clutch should be to your liking. Hit them with the info.
Yeah. To submit a card of regular car reviews. regularcars@gmail.com. Your make, model, city, state in the title of the email. In the body of the email, the first thing you should write is your phone number. Then anything else you want to write, followed by a picture of the car. The most important thing is knowing what type of car it is and in what city state it's in. Once again, regularcars@gmail.com. In the title of the email, year, make, model, city, state, and country. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill Whitfield, $5. Enjoy RCR a lot. What do y'all think about muscle cruisers? Love my Zuki C109 RT.
I'm thinking he's referring to like old style motorcycles, the muscle
Possibly.
bikes. What did he call it?
Suzuki C109 RT.
I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
Muscle cruisers. I think if we're both talking about motorcycles, I had one. It was the Yamaha XJ700N from
Here it goes.
1985. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm showing him a picture.
It's a Suzuki Boulevard. Okay, so that's a big V twin.
Nice.
Or as I say in the motorcycling world, a metric cruiser, indicating it's not American. Everything's 10 millimeter. So I think they're perfectly fine. I think they blend into each other a little bit. But again, that's the continuation of the UJM style.
Next one, Q-Man, $4.99. Thank you so much. Would you be willing to do more meets across the country? Almost every car guy I know is sub to you. I'm in the Chicago area.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all about doing meets. I have a hard time doing them myself. It's a lot of responsibility and a lot of people to entertain for one person. I need Nick here with me. That's why when I'm in Chicago next month, I'm hesitant to do a car meet because it's just me.
Mm.
And my imposter syndrome says no. They're not really here to see you. They're here to see Mr. Regular. Um, and um, yeah, I want to do car meets, but I want to have like the straight pipes there,
Yeah.
or exhaust sports auto, or the smoking tire, or Corbin Goodwin,
Yeah.
or Jordan Frank, or uh, Justin Kramer, some other people to please. I don't want to carry this entire car meet by myself.
Yeah.
Tony Airlines and Tim Strickler have become minor celebrities in themselves too.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm not asking for an entourage. I'm just asking for help
Yeah.
to have a car meet.
That's a big load.
Yeah,
No dirtiness intended, but it
I miss
really
big
is.
loads. I didn't think I would. But there's something special about looking at your college computer desk after the feeling has subsided and thinking, ah, damn it.
Out come the Q-tips. All right, McNeil 123 199. Thank you so much. Any interest in trying out motorcycle ice racing? Motorcycle
Ice
ice
racing,
racing.
it exists. I've
I
seen videos.
that sounds like I just ew.
They have special tires with metal spikes coming out of them, and they race around on this ice track, and they kind of drift their way around there. And I think they even have a special boot with like a steel heel on it that
Mm.
they use to slide. I think it's a Midwestern thing. I don't know where they have them. Um, yeah, I think it'd be fun to watch for like 5 minutes, but afterwards, seeing these guys slide around for like a solid 8 would be. I don't know how long the races
Yeah,
are.
that.
No, excuse me. So,
Oh, let's see. Thank you for your donation. Next up, Nick Paglia, 690. Thank you.
thank you. Nice.
Why aren't you guys in Vegas roasting SEMA builds? Also, come to Minnesota.
I even like Frank at Moyers and Nush said, "Why aren't you at SEMA right now? We all want to go to see SEMA." And it was sort of like they were saying, like, "Look, we're all here, mechanics working on cars. You're a YouTube guy. Why are you not in Vegas right now, going to this? Because we all want to go there, and they all have this dream of going there." And I kind of I shit on their dream right there at the parts counter because I said, well, I heard that SEMA is like a bunch of manufacturers and everybody else selling brodozer parts and shiny things that make your car go slower.
Mm,
And that was my opinion of what that is. Because as of yet, I have no real desire to go to SEMA.
yeah, which I
I
mean,
guess we'll go there eventually. And then it's a Vegas thing, but it also SEMA falls in like prime in the prime August, and to use your word that you use a lot, in prime autumnal weather.
yeah, I don't want to miss this.
Yeah,
It's very nice for
yeah,
once. I mean, because we keep getting these weird extended summers, and I feel
yeah,
like we've gotten a proper autumn for once. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I wouldn't want to miss it. So yeah, that's the explanation. And as far as coming to Minnesota, I mean, there's a lot of places in the US we got to get to. So
yeah.
yeah. Geldy by GTI. $2. Had a double take on Nick's shirt. Love you guys. Thank you. It's Golden Girls, but in the Queen album. Yeah, I love that. Chris Stoshage, I believe. 199. Moving to Exton for work. Looking forward to PA. And we are
Oh,
looking forward to
welcome to
having
Exton.
you. Yes.
Come to the Commonwealth. I should even know Pennsylvania's. We have a state song, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, for the life of me, I don't know. William Labant, $2. Thoughts on the Hyundai Genesis Coupe?
We got to do one of those things.
We do.
Yeah. Supposedly it's a great contender to the Honda Accord 6MT, but I don't know if the Genesis. I know the Hyundai Tiburon's another one that people have been begging for, and I've
Yeah.
yet to find one. I need a Tiburon. It has to be manual because that's why you would own one of those things. Tiburon. Well, I don't want to get talking about the Tiburon, but Genesis, yeah. Genesis is like affordable alternative to the Honda 6MT.
Yeah. Sean Brewer, $10.69. Thank you. Brian, Honda Super Cub C125 or Suzuki Bergman Street 125 would either work for me at 6'2", 250 pounds. Congrats on 69th podcast.
Both are going to go slow.
Mm.
You're a larger guy, and that's a 125cc single cylinder engine. You need to be on a Suzuki DR400 SM. Now, if you're just rolling around in a city, yeah, fine. And if you're doing rolling around in a city, do it with style and get the Honda. So if it has to be one of those two things, get the Honda.
Nice. Thank you for the question.
Thank you for the question and donation.
Headlight Productions, Canadian, $2.69. Nice.
Nice.
I hear OK Boomer is a slur now.
No,
OK
it's
Boomer's
not.
been around for like a week.
OK Boomer is the first thing to cut like a knife, and it feels so right.
Yeah.
Because someone had like an explanation of that. Like, we're tired of explaining things to you. There's no point. You're not listening.
Yeah.
So, OK Boomer.
Yeah, there you go. Nunya Bidness.
And as a fan of language and as a fan of something that's succinct, damn, that's efficient use of language right there. Be it good or bad, the point is completely clear.
Yeah.
There's no ambiguity. If you're delivering that phrase, the recipient knows exactly what you're talking about. Take emotions out of it. That is efficient communication right there.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's succinct and to the point. Nunya Business, $6.90. Thank you. What's your honest opinion on LS swaps? The best thing ever, overdone and boring, just a way for hoople heads to ruin classic imports?
Well, you've asked a lot of questions. I like LS swaps. I am a fan of the LS engine. The LS engine, being a fan of an LS engine is like being a fan of the Cowboys or the Yankees. So what? Yes, it's good. When you LS something, you're putting one of the most reliable engines ever built by humanity in it, and one of the most versatile, maybe the most versatile. There was even a guy who LS swapped a plane.
Yeesh.
Now, I don't know if it ever flew, but it taxied.
Yeah, the idea that you could do it at all.
Yeah.
The mad lad.
Yeah. I have not run across an LS swap that I didn't think was appropriate. There are some LS swaps that I think are a little bit pointless because it changes the car. When you LS swap a car and you turn it into a C5 or C6 Corvette, I don't see the point because you could have just bought one of those cars. Like, I get swapping RX-7s and RX-8 with LS engines, but you just built a Corvette. Like, when you... all right, fine, but you could have just bought the Corvette. But I totally dig old hoopties. I like sloppy things. I love the Turbo LS Winnebago. That is amazing. When you make something go fast that shouldn't go fast, that's what I like about LS swaps.
Nice. Let's see. Final ones. Very legal and very cool. $2. I need RCR Seattle like my dad needs gout medicine.
RCR Seattle will happen. It's predicated on Frederick Knudsen and I having the same kind of schedule from the YouTube channel Down the Rabbit Hole. Even though he lives in Portland, I like the idea of getting because filming in Seattle and filming in Portland we found was tough.
Yeah.
Now Portland was great because we had that
fixer, or you had that hub sort of.
Yeah, we had that. There was that park that was near the airport,
Yeah.
and it was the only time like a park ranger was totally cool
Yeah.
with us when we filmed that Barracuda.
Yeah.
But we've already filmed there, so I think we would get a hotel somewhere between Portland and Seattle,
Yeah.
and could do a little bit of both because the drive's doable. I think it's maybe like 2.5 to 3 hours between it. So we would combine both of them because I was scouting locations and Mount Rainier is there. So that would be a big park with the mountain in the background, a lot of windy roads.
Gorgeous.
I like that.
Yeah.
Leo, and that would be an okay summertime thing.
That would be, yeah.
Because we'd be up in elevation, we'd going up Mount Rainier, and then it gets cooler again. So
yeah,
that wouldn't be too bad of a trip.
Leo, $5. I think you may have done this. Last super chat before the sign goes up. By the way, it was a 3800 V6.
Yeah, we did
you
that
wanted.
one.
And then the final speed round ones. Ones. What's the most unkillable bike in your opinion?
Motorcycle?
Yeah.
So you didn't specify street bike.
Yeah.
So we could go like Honda CRF 250 two-stroke.
Yeah, it's
like
wide
a
open.
dirt bike. Because once you're bringing two strokes into this, you're talking about something that, is going to survive the apocalypse.
I mean, I bring two strokes in every day of my life.
Hey. So, but in street bike terms, I mean, I go right back to the Honda Rebel again. I said Honda on both of those things. So as far as street bikes go, Honda Rebel. It's probably one of the most durable bikes. I know, not Honda Cub, but we didn't really get them in the US. So I'm going the Honda Rebel 250.
Huh. All right. And then
or also Honda Nighthawk. Same
very
bike.
nice. Very nice. Final question. JT Pro. What do you guys think of the first gen Impreza?
Love it.
Yeah, I like
Love it.
It's very nice.
I mean, and then you can bring in all the WRXs that we didn't get. JDM. I've been looking at Japanese classics about every other week, thinking I should get one of these things. And I'm like, hey, you're not going to have any parts for this crap. Yeah. Shout out to Tim Strickler, who's now dailing a Honda Activan out in Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, that's all the questions.
That's a podcast.
That's number 69. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And until next time, because again, we're on our whatever irregular schedule.
Yeah.
We'll do it whenever we get the chance and we're feeling up to it. Mm-hmm. But thank you for bearing with us and being here when we are here, because without this, without you guys, this doesn't happen. So until next time, thank you for joining us. I'm Nick.
I'm Brian. Thank you to everybody who donated to the Super Chat. You are funding RCR Australia in 2021. And thank you to everybody who donates to the RCR Patreon. You are also funding RCR Australia in 2021.
And also a reminder, we are on Spotify now. So, you can find us there, and iTunes, although I think they're discontinuing iTunes and just going with Apple Music soon. But also on Podcast Addict, Stitcher, other places. I'm trying to get on Google Play again. It's a whole rigmarole that I'm not really understanding because of the RSS feed. But either way, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
I can't think of
a good night, guys.
Lamborghinis and Jordans there.
What's that from?